Nigo kwiranirwa cishilingi 10. Seti tile adhesive uiraninge buno kwiranirwa chibeza chinyinge. Ryoka asiduka ya Uhuru Superstores Limited. Asamange bakire simi atsinamba enoti eyemo marakane isano nemo eyemo isano enoti marakabire Gusii obatarira samagacho a Uhuru Complex angena Safaricom imeyumuchu Kisii. Uhuru Superstores Limited, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices or your money back. Karibu nyumbani. Ndizi TV, obwansu bw'omuguzi. Spexels Opticians abubale clinic kyagudika imeyomuchu Kisii nkurwa bare bokorali ao asamangana ya maiso nako niebirore magiga yogo korenga na kumanyumu chandu.
Kwa majina naitwa Daktari Sigei, karibuni sana Spexels Opticians Kisii Town. Hapa tunapima macho tukitumia mashine za kiteknolojia za kisasa bila malipo. Tunauza miwani, frames na lenses tofauti na tunakubali kadi za bima.
Chiframe guchakira chishilingi chimia isano neisato nemeronge tano na boige setingima ase chishilingi elweyemo ne chimia isano ase ofa babuate etaraera.
Milango yetu iko wazi kutoka Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa kutoka saa 2:30 mpaka saa 11 jioni na pia Jumamosi kutoka saa 2:30 mpaka saa 10 jioni.
Nigo bare angene supermarket ya Shivling na KCB Bank imeyumuchu Kisii. Nabuko bakire simi ase namba enoti eyemo enoti isano marakabire enoti eyemo. Spexels Opticians, Goodka Clinic, macho bora kwa wote. Ndizi TV, obwansu bw'omuguzi. Ne marago bengi yo mwanchu muriri ya television ya Ndizi TV kero charagire Chinsa Isato echine Chinsa chorogongoru Afrika ya mocha echinga kibondo ne robiri kigima ko ne kyobuna na kuletera mangana Amayia kero ge kiriri tukule Jumatatu bunere butambe okumerana na inche na komanya mangana Amayia na magaya yeto magaso somurobiri ogweke omurobiri yo kumanya igoro ya mangana siasa na mange aberiga okorekana kurwa aliyaga kiete igwike magroba ya bono. Yigaki chuinyora na boto nyora semi tandao yito ubuna Ndizi TV News Digital ekerole media ya Facebook wewe waso semo ya YouTube ngoto nyora buna Ndizi TV News eliyo no nyale kurigeria wigongo toka tolense media ya TikTok buna Ndizi TV News biomono kigimo mwanchu murigeria sokoira chinga gichao na ekuyeligeria television ya Ndizi TV eyigochira yemasemo kuruga iga ensemo ya Embassy me county ya Kisii bono wasaki baito batwariganiria mange ekobwatakanaria beriga korekana ime yense ya Kenya gweta Sigaki chuo sobotuko bwarero mogeni oneni galinkira gocha nigamanyikanite na Dr. Andrew Maubi oyo nigaburitiye kergo kyobo bunge umwaka w'ibikiri bwibere na 12 na bwigo umwaka w'ibikiri bwibere na 22 kurwase constituency eye ya Kitutu chache South aigesingi saransete ekorende ncheisana maroba ya bono nere mbwate talikinere ngagetenkira regocha elitonya rekogosori akegima na kwene kyabuna na kumanyiria mange ariuganetie kumanya nerebono kwa mumanyire aboigo kuburia maburi yao munere butambe namba yesimi nkobekirwo regoro gabo linde onyale goturikira ego chagagana kuburio ayara mange kigima kulinde ayo na sigekeke kiribusio Murigeria tindi nchebweka nigotole na Joshua Auta oyo koretera mangana Amayia senchera yomuno abwi manyirilio utigana na ibono nigo togosoye maseyemo ase mangana Amayia emaragoba yabono abarai meje county area ya Nyamira nigo baborigwe ego chamo na kwenekia buna mirobiri ya magendero ngo bekwere asensemeyo ayo nigo akwanirwe na omobunge ekurwa se constituency area ya Nakuru West Samuel Arama chinga kibono atomana abageni go chiase kanisa yemo yege go segesa simereke mo kiaria kuoro asaboririe gotwara maskani go sabara ibonzi gotwara maskani eliyo kuri chinjera kibwenerete na kwene kiabuna amagendera ngole twali mehe county yo ya Nyamira mosakito job mangi nigaikira na somo yego yubono olenge gukonerwa yonsi na nigatwaliganiryo robotiro kubwatia asenjera yo bwikirano
nigo esegeto ya rurego chiase abarai gotwara amasikani gochiasa abarai bande anene mono ekeroba kurwa obokonyi asaba menyibe county ya Nyamira
Atabi viongozi bionsi bya Nyamira gochakire governor, other members of parliament, MCS, the senator, women representative, waterana ne viongozi bionsi pia bireisiko ne birema edinde tonyare okonye county yetu ya Nyamira
bagokwana ase kanisa ya Kuoro SDA egotoka ase wodi ya Gesima ebunge ya Kichuchu Masaba nigabo bisekurwa sobisi umubungo Nakuru Town West Samuel Arama bakora una Joshua Onduko na Robinas Makana bamuchia egachia barai babeire bakumugikeria omubungo yo asenge nchobokonyi agendereire korwa
yanyore naki muntu ndeta yojitokisi chire acha gokonya abantu abatata gokonya bonekera gocha gokonya abantu manyako yana some leaders abakaite ne chikura chikarale sana naga ali so mushimi nachoriro ali suppose gusaba abantu bari bamuchorete abantu bafite problem na bako agutwara kwa bwango batabatiga tokolje tokonya
ase basaba baraya bugotiga komomochia kolende gocha amo eline gokonya bamenyi be county Nyamira asama genderero
viongozi bya Nyamira bitige go criticize mheshimiwa Arama lakini bachamo tobwatirane tofanye tokore gasi asubwamo na inde bakore gasi pamoja na mheshimiwa Arama mune kiongozi yo mu Nyamira gaiga onyarete gosoka akagenda tu Nakuru lakini iga kirenga sobo na inde nabwato koboko gokonya na inde iranira konya ngaga
enseme bomenyi be county Nyamira na robabwate igoro boteneneri bwe county Nyamira
Nyamire yaito tindi kwa deta bauti yanga kitu wanenga ba councilor konya tuta mache kwende gitara chenchua engenche yekerero mantu bwate governor ekero ba chenchiri chi korio kobeka matonta manga mange tukakagena narie nibe gocha kogwa ekonya Nyamire rwe gesunteime eche sarabu bona ritwira ni gesunteime mono
enseme abali baikira nenseme yo mbagokera obokonyi agendereire korwa na kumusaba kugenda korwa obokonyi obo
Mheshimiwa Arama no mwiburu Nyamira na bwatiri yanda y'abantu ba Nyamira tuanyorero mu muro itochire Nyamira gotokonya kebe kende nkiyo komoteba gosoko muri comment inga 2027 abe egavana ya Nyamira Arama, you are most welcome. Don't hide anything. We are the people to kwa chikura and we are the people to support in Nyamira County.
Kuruase County Nyamira, Ginko reporter ya Ndizi TV, Job Maangi.
Kutigana na yo kuruase County yo ya Nyamira na musakito Job Maangi nigo tugusuka bosio asaba Kenya wagendere tukwemrungania ko bwatekana nemerubiri ya serikali yabekire ase okomente bango aseli tukolia rero omu prime cabinet secretary Musike Musalia Mudavadi uyibono talira county area ya Embu iliyo kwenekia na kuri emerubiri yogo chiago chengera litukolia madaraka muna yaikiranire kigima ukwana senseme yo Mudavadi nigateba buna nigo abakenya babonete ko serikali chinga gichinyororo ekeroge gendrete kwerobelia iliyo kwenekia buna uchumi ngo kinere igoro nabo igonye bangire serikali techie comment evango boru chingira chinde serikali iratumeke iliyo konyora ichibetsa chinga kicho omugabana bwe county yo omongina Cecil Mbarire nera nigateba buna nigauche kubwatrana ne serikali ya Kenya kwanza iliyo kwenekia buna amagenderero nkoletwale sensemeyo Brighton Makori nabo toroboti ruo
nonye abakenya amo nabarai kurwa somo wa simiuro moja wa Kenya bagenderete komoche serikali anena soko kini birengo byebango bono ni gomo prime cabinet secretary Musalia Mudavadi anyadiriga kwigere serikali.
But I want to tell those who speak a lot, please, if you say you don't want VAT, and the government was targeting to raise maybe 60 billion or 70 billion from VAT to deal with roads, to deal with medicine, to deal with education, then tell us, what is your option? Wewe, tuambie, what is the alternative? Kama we ni una umaarufu wa criticize, it's all right.
Mzalia oyori gukwana ase kaunti ya Embu anenekera nyaraga kumirana anababwatani ao ekero bandete kwihariganigo cyase umuroberio ubugo chengera madaraka de yase kaunti iyo.
No country can develop without raising its own revenue. If anybody is going to tell you, no matter how well they may be dressed, no matter how smooth their tongue is, if anybody tells you that the country will grow without its own revenue, that person is cheating.
Waigo musalia nigamendreuna.
No government has its own revenue. Governments all over the world have to raise revenue from the citizens and the businesses that operate in their environment.
Msari mdavadi nigamendreuna ense ya Kenya nigere asabe no nyina siarure nigo yarura asabe mono no nyumura ibwense kaendete kubeke miroberio yokwene kunense ngosukere bosyo.
It is a very difficult corner, because kwa kimombo there's this thing they say, when you don't want to solve a problem, you keep on kicking the can down the road. Hautaki kuokota, unapiga iende, unapiga iende. This is what has happened. The previous people kept on kicking the can down the road. They kept on kicking the can down the road. But now, with the Kenya Kwanza government, we have to be honest with you. There's nowhere we can kick the can.
Igoro ye financial bill nigo musalia atebune ngane yo nigo ye kiwe bunge.
Mimi, I want to challenge the Kenyans, because finance bill imetolewa. Finance bill iko katika bunge na haijafichwa, inapelekwa kule ili wananchi watoe mawazo na mapendekezo pahali wanaona tunaweza rekebisha. Finance bill is there so that we can all make a contribution and rectify what we think is not appropriate. That is why it is before Parliament.
Omugavana we county ya Embu Sisiri Mbalire neranianyareka atabuna serikali ye county unit kwenekia bunakubwatana ne serikali nene ilikoleta magendero as county eyo.
The national government, we are going to support the national government because tumeona by working with national government you get more benefits. Ama mjaona? Tumeona ile benefits imekuja Embu County by working with national government, and we are working hard to make sure that relationship stays, and we are working together as a leadership of Embu County ndio tuendelee mbele, ndio tufike mahali wengine wamefika na tuwapite.
Ngoripoti ligata seni Candice TV edherane Brighton Makori.
Biamono kigimo mwanchumurilia kertogendrete kurigiri namangana igoro yebango wana mono magiga yu sangili birenkereli byo menyi be county jo ya Kiambu igoro yokoboria gwe serikali asugo kinie bango sensemo ya mabuta sekerengogi kombinasano nemo igoro yemia bono nigo egikarokia bene kiabikwa nainde ekiugia kolekana ase ogotegerera birenkerio binde bya Bakenya nigo bona bamenyi be county ya Kiambu batuguteira hale okoboria egwe serikali asikali bagoteba buna ni gobono amagori ebintu arache koba akidire gochigoro mono onye serikali gegochia komenta ekerengekyo waigo iko baba bakoira chingaki na kunyora chingaki omurai omukoro bwense ya Kenya muske Uhuru Kenyatta abeteka gukinie bango asikerengo giisano na Isato igoro yemia gentu kerete obogima na brobugo konga kigima nyoro roboti urwo
is the increment of VAT from 8% to 16%. If you remember, petroleum products were zero rated for quite some time. And the 8% one was introduced during the 12th Parliament amidst a lot of uproar from wananchi because of the effects that it had on the economy. Because in every sector of economy will be affected by the increment in the cost of fuel. The 8% cost of fuel will be escalated to every sector of the economy. Food prices will go up. Transportation cost will go up. Every sector of the economy will go up. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I don't want to go word by word according to our presentation, but we saw what happened when we moved, when the increment was done from 0 to 8%. The same thing is going to happen when now the increment will be done from 8% to 16%. There will be an escalation of cost of living. I don't need to remind this committee that the Kenya Kwanza government campaigned heavily and promised the people that it will cut the cost of living. The cost of living right now is very, very high, even before this increment is effected. And the effect of further increasing this tax may become unbearable to the people on the ground. And I would urge this committee to really consider rejecting this increment in the VAT rate of petroleum products.
Uya kigima chinga kichobono ni gobamenye abo be county yo ya Embu barule birengeri byabo kubwatekana nuko nachua eko bakori mirimo be serikali kerengo gia Isato igoro yemia kurwa ase mishara yabo yakira umutenye ni gobono batebire buna ego ikira chinga kichobogima ni gobo kongete kigima na ni gobo bwate amaremo amakekigima na ebintu mbiro byengencho ebyo bakorigeria kubwa gochia kwagakirwa chinyumba cy'amagori ainse kegima niko batebire bune serikali gibande ko irege tambukero gyo kuriye cingira kindi iliyo kwenekia buna yanyorire bango kubwa kobana cha chibesecho
is a 3% levy on housing levy. It sounds a very good idea that we can have many houses and many people who cannot afford houses will be able to have houses. But, Honorable Chair, I think what this bill is trying to do is to usurp the powers, my powers, powers of Ajiko, to make her own decision on how to prioritize on her hard-won salary by saying that you must first prioritize 3% of your salary to owning a house. Honorable Chair, many people in Kiambu are unemployed, and the few who are employed may not have housing as their first priority. In Kiambu, we live in small pieces of land, which we inherit from our parents, and which maybe we buy from land buying companies. And we would find it, even for those who are employed, that housing may not be our priority right now. We would prioritize education for our children. We would prioritize even owning land where we can do some cultivation. Many people are now moving to areas where they can get bigger chunks of land so that they can do farming. So when you tell them that before they do that they have to own a house, it doesn't make sense to them. In any case, this housing, the concept looks like it is made for the urban. So what happens to the rural folks who have no interest in going to the high-rise apartments in the cities? What is there for our rural people in this housing scheme, in this affordable housing?
Ekero togendrete busyo asenchiringia kigima bono muraibwense muske William Ruto litukuri hankyo nigarachi gwikirana ime county area ya Busia asomuroberio bwa masabo asigeti gichigosori kia Busia Stadium asamasaba yo abene bono omugabana bwe county yo omuske Polo Toma nabo bisabe serikali yaye nigati yabagani bali yabarachi gwikirana asensemeyo chingagicho omugabano yo nigatebre buna nigo bachiko bwaterana na serikali yanene elio kwenekia buna emeroberio yamagenderero ngoikere ase ensemeyo boigo bonsi nigo abantu bahariganigwe ase emeroberio yamasabo ayobene na boigo burendi bwekerengo kigoro nigo bwabere bokobekwa ase county yo ya Busia.
Na mambo yote kama sisi watu wa Regional Security Committee na kuja kuhakikishia wale ambao watakuja kwa hizo maombi kwamba kuna usalama kabla ya shughuli za maombi na bado kutakuwa na usalama wakati wa maombi na baadaye.
Na nia yetu ni kuwa na mipango thabiti ya kupanga mambo ya maombi ambayo itafanyika Jumapili kuanzia saa 3 kule Busia Stadium.
Waumini wote waje tukati katika ibada hiyo pamoja na kiongozi wa taifa letu, ambayo wakati mwingi sio rahisi hii kufanyika hivyo, lakini nasi kama watu wa Busia ni baraka kwetu kwamba kiongozi wetu anakuja kwetu kuungana nasi katika ibada hiyo.
Uya kigima abara ikurwa sensemo ya North Rift ni gobono bakwanire igoro yengana yogo konga kubugima kurende ni gobaganyiri abakenya koba abatoereru na koba bako serikali chinga chinyororo uze serikali ya Kenya kwanza chinga chinyororo elikoleta maunchulio ime yense ya Kenya niko boigo batebre buna ni gomorai wense aetwe ense ya Kenya ekero uchumi ya saligete kigima kolende ni gagendrete kobekemero bili saine eliokwenekia buna nigo obogima bogochia gonchuria
sema kidogo maisha iko tu hiyo hatupingi hiyo huwezi hata kumwambia mtu kwa sababu maisha yenyewe inajionyesha ya kwamba maisha iko tu, lakini kwa sababu serikali yetu inachukua tu hatamu kwa wakati ambayo maisha ilikuwa imeenda tu. Unakumbuka ya kwamba hiyo mfuko ya mahindi hata sasa gorogoro bande hii sini 200. Kwa hivyo maisha yenyewe wakati serikali ilikuwa inachukua ilikuwa juu. Lakini sasa mimi najua mwananchi anasema mimi sijali nani alichukua lini, mimi nataka niweze kusurvive. Mimi nataka bei ije chini. Abiye sio kesho.
Tuombee nchi yetu ya Kenya. Tuombee serikali yetu kuu. Tumesikia wananchi sana wanalia ya kwamba uchumi bado iko chini. Na ni ukweli vile wananchi wanasema. Rais juzi aliongea akiwa kwenye runinga. Akaeleza mambo mengi sana. Akaeleza wakati alipoingia pale alipata mambo hayakuwa mazuri. Lakini yeye pia ni Mkristo, pamoja na serikali yake yote wamekubali kumfanyia Mungu kazi. Na hapo kung'ang'ana usiku na mchana. Akiingia pale bei ya unga ilikuwa shilingi 240. Sasa bei ya unga inashuka pole iko.
Uya kigima enyumba ya mobono agurwa soro konkororia rwa Mombasa sensemo ya Macnon ime i county ya Mombasa nigo yabage kogwa asensemeyo nonyinabo omugabana bwe county yo muske Abdul Somad Nasir ni kiranensemeyo nagotababuna abwo genkyo kitariki 12 cy'umutinyo gatano mwakoyo nigo konyora abantu bayirwe notice yo kurwa senyombeyo na bali konyora batgeire bake igwikali tukolia hero nigo babeterirwa kurwa senyombeyo na maiga yaje yamanyakogwa onde bwensi tayo otigerwa ngoma chinde chonsi.
The tenants walikuwa hawataki kusikia, wakapatiwa tena warning, and then ultimately leo before this incident natoa shukrani kwa county officials, CC, the area MCA walikuja na wakawatoa kwa nguvu wale watu, ilibidi wawe forcefully removed. Na baada ya kuwa forcefully removed ndio hii nyumba ikaja ikaanguka. na yote hii ni kwa sababu ya watu wa biashara waliona ya kwa Mungu yuko tu, hawezi kuanguka, na ni sehemu za biashara. It was very very yani ni Mwenyezi Mungu tu ametujalia, and I want to congratulate once again the county team for actually enforcing bila kuogopa. You make sure this is hii ndio faida ya kuwa watu wanafuata sheria. You enforce people to vacate, you enforce people to vacate. Ingelikuwa watu wamesleki hapa hawakutolewa, leo tungelikuwa tunaje kutoa maiti hapa. Tungelikuwa tunaje kutoa maiti. You did the right thing and you have my backing. Sehemu yoyote ambapo kwamba watu hawasikii na ni mambo yoyote, you forcefully remove. Leo tungelikuwa tunaitoa maiti hapa. And this is what happened. Hii barua walipelekewa tangu tarehe 12 of May.
Chinga kiensegendrete kweroberia asogo chigo chinchira lituko lyobocheno ria abasubati bono lituko ria rero ababwatani aho ni gobesokia na kumirana se ensemo ya KICC meyo muchu Nairobi eligo sangirira bitamba byobocheno bunenchera ye moyo gosira omwana omunyeruka gokwana asenseme yo maseneto mochore omusubati Gloria Ruopa ni gwateba buna ni gobona abanyeruka banke benyolira sa kongu na gotiga chiskuru asingincho yokuborwa bitamba ibyo byobocheno agento kirire barabwo kongainwa na koegwa amalito agenkyo ni gabolirie babwatani bonsu gwesokia na kobakonya abana bwo abanyeruka liyo banyale konyora libaga liyo kogenda chiskuru.
We are about to launch Closed Pad Bank, and we have a menstrual hygiene museum there. So we are sensitizing people on menstruation, on everything that you need to know about girls and women and menstruation. But the key thing today is to remember that we are fighting period poverty and we are actually fighting period stigma. So later in the day, we are actually going to have a conversation with Mama Jacqueline. Jacqueline is a 14-year-old girl that committed suicide because she was shamed by her teacher, unfortunately. And then we have the pad bank, closed pad bank that we are launching. But the whole essence of all the activities that are happening today with the museum, the pad bank, the concert, and the conversations in there is to just remind people that menstruation is normal. And this year's theme of Menstrual Hygiene Day is normalizing menstruation and showing commitment to ensuring that all girls and women have access to sanitary towels and menstrual products. There is nothing shameful about having periods, and so I am calling everybody to just normalize periods, stop the shaming. And then number 2 is that while we are working on the legislation and ensuring that government provides sanitary towels for all schoolgirls, do something, help someone. In your own little way, a packet of sanitary towels with our sponsors costs 50 shillings. So you can actually be able to help 1 or 2 girls every month, and it's just time to talk about.
Tigana na US serikali nigegendrete kobeke merobirie mekirano eliogotinye oburendi asimebaga eliokonekia buna obokoreri ubuyangu ikirana bure ayuniga kwanirwe no muri cyobotambe ase wizara y'oburendi bwime Raymond Omolo nigo abolirio kubwatrana eliogo sonsore mechande ndonsi erachi kobagekonekiwa asimebaga gwetera senkera engia na boigo abantu obuikanange na kobeka chisei chogokora obogotoka asimebaga iyo nyoro roboti urwo asenkera y'obukirano.
It's largely a resource-based conflict. Now, what are we doing as individual states to sort that out? So whether it's in terms of service provision, so that we make it very unattractive for people to find justification to be in conflict. But even where there are conflicts, it's important to encourage bilateral discussions, country to country. Of course, whether there will be MOUs or just forums to be able to deal with that.
Some of us who come from the border, I just tell you that some of us come from the border. We would like to move across the border easily, doing lawful things with our brothers across.
Ekero tugendrete gusuka bosyo kubwatikana nebikorwa byo kunererwa nabo igo byo boiti ebyo byabere bikohenekirwa asensemo ya Mathare ime y'umucyo Nairobi bono ni go mosoeli munene bwa serikali n'urudini haje abiriga kwenekeria bamenyi benjeme yo buna obulendi mbo kiego ikiranirwa nigo ayakwanira yo na gotababuna nigo gitambukire getindi egira chigwe mukiwerio kwenekia abuna ngosiria bale obutumekibwa mariogo yogotindia na bali abaunereriwe nkonyora bale oboene bwabo.
Kwa hakika maoni, tuna kazi nyingi ya kufanya sisi kama watu ambao tuko kwa criminal justice system, na tutajitahidi kuhakikisha kwamba wanapata huduma wanayofaa kupata na hawatengwi kama vile nilivyoona. Kama uliona nimekwenda chini kujionea mwenyewe. Kwa hakika kuna kazi kubwa ambayo lazima tufanye kuhakikisha kwamba kila mtu ana nafasi ya kupata haki.
The trend has been hata siku hizi hata watu wenye hawajuani wenye wana business rivalry, labda ni kwa community tu, you open pseudo accounts, munaweka picha zao kwa Facebook, alafu sasa the next thing you hear hao wenye wameanikwa hapo wamepotezwa, wameuliwa na vitu kama hizo.
Msichana alituambia tumpe pesa alafu atuchukulie watoto wetu nchi za Canada. Tukampea pesa kuanzia 2020 mwezi wa 12. Sasa mpaka saa hii hatuchaona chochote yenye anatenda. Sasa tukamuona kwa runinga, ndio tukakimbia hapa Nairobi, tukamsika sisi mob justice kumletea Soweto police station
Kobwatikana no gochika kurwa serikali yanene na binywe byogotindia binyare gosirigwa bono niga banyanyimbo bachakiro konyokora obunyabi obotindi kigima asenga kiabono bakaro obunyabi bwo asensemo ya Kitale imeje county ya Trans Nzoia asebana alia chilita chiribwe 52 echibinywe byogotindia gikurere gatindi nigo bono kiarurwe gochiase bali bakwenga amarua yo na gotabuna nigo barachigo kigwa bosio bweri chiko na boigo obotumiki obwo bw'ebinywebwa byoko tindia binyare gusigirirwa kigima.
Imetolewa na rais kuhakikisha ya kwamba tumemaliza pombe haramu kutoka kule nyanjani. Na leo nataka kushukuru maofisa wetu wa usalama kwa sababu tumeweza kufanya kazi mzuri, na kufikia saa hii vile mumeona tumeweza kunasa kangara 2,000 lita 2,240, fermented flour 350 kgs, busa lita 150, changa nayo 327.
Pombe kusema ukweli, huwezi sema ati pombe itaisha. Sisi mtupe kazi na mtupe vitu ambazo zitatusaidia sisi wananchi.
Woigo kerto tigalite singane yo yamariogo aria yogo tindia abo bisabo bolendi asensemo ya Nanyuki yogo toka se county ya Laikipia nigo bono basi moireke meri Kenya sore na kogesamba asili tuko rialero kolengana no mokonyi bo mo county commissioner Patrick Muli niga tebubneke meri Kenya sore nigo bono giasimikire mbarabare nebara ase ebagesimora ose basimora kwetani mete chimia ibire nigo bona rurege kurege tindi gochiase bali abatumeki benyasore na boigo aborira bamenyi benseme yoko bwatrana n'abanyanyimbo na kurunga nende yonzi kubwatekana na mariogo yogo tindia buna yuasimikire chinsemo ao
kungoa michi kama 200 ambao imepandwa mahali sehemu inao road reserve ambao ni abandoned, which has not been attended for a while. Kwa hivyo tumepata na tukaona maybe kuna mahali nakaa kama vijana wetu wa streets wanaishi, na tumeweza kuona kama maybe ni mbegu zilitupa hapo, manake they are young, bado asisi kwa zimemachua, lakini tumechukua yote. Nataka tuone kama we can destroy. Na ningetaka kusema kwamba wananchi wanatakiwa wajitokeze, waseme hata wale ambao wanajulikana ni watu wanauza bangi, drugs zote, ni vizuri tuweze kupashwa hii habari, tuweze kufanya kazi.
Madawa ya kulevya si vitu ya maana sana, inafanya vijana washindwe hata kufanya kazi, wanakuwa goigoi na anakuwa waste of time. Sasa inakuwa ni kukaa tu unasubaa, kama mtu alisubaa anajisahau hata responsibilities zake. Hii dawa zimetusubua sana kila pahali na tutazidi kungoa ile
ya kigima ya kimumu nchumu ligele bono ekerondo chebere gide kemeronge bere na kianda igoro Chinsa Isato ekiabono maragoba wikiraga bunungu korra mangana Amayia sinchira yo kiranua bono mnaragotebio maganione injira ligocha nigakoro kwa Dr. Andrew Maubi twakwanire nere se kagitari getambe nigatebire injira ligocha elinde tonya kogosori bono magaroba ya bono eliokonekia buna kwa manyira mange ko kubwatekana no bugima bwaye na boigo nemerobiri yaje ya mangana siasa nigontebire injira ligocha bwango kigima igontete kwando mutumokomoke nyandre kwirigania bunago ikaigaye mase masumuro buli bwike umbu imarakoba yabono biabono kigima asibali batuligiriria samuro buli obwa mangana Amayia asibali bale SMS mo ye mitandao ya Facebook Ndizi TV News Digital na boigo bali bale SMS mo ya YouTube ngwire nande asenchire ndonge kigima elitogendere no muro buli obwike umbu imarakoba yabono biabono kigima bali twabwaterana kuri nsemo ya kabire Joshua Auta sensemo yomuno bimanyerio na Petronila Mukeira nsemo ya TX na inchinkoro kwa John Kebati. Kwira nande.